morning, students. Today we shall continue with the same lesson, okay, that is chapter 11, the atmosphere. And we'll be discussing the two important topics, that's ozone layer and global warming. So what is ozone now, first of all? So ozone is a form of oxygen and it is present in rare amount in the Earth atmosphere. Like it's present in both the layers of the atmosphere, that structure of the atmosphere, troposphere also, stratosphere also. In troposphere, it's present in small amount, whereas in stratosphere, it's present in significant amount. So see here, tropospheric ozone and stratospheric ozone. So tropospheric ozone is generated by the action of ultraviolet light on the molecules of nitrogen dioxide. So therefore, it becomes a pollutant. Whereas on the other hand, it is generated by the action of ultraviolet light on the molecules of oxygen. So point number 2, it possesses a serious threat to human health. It will damage the valuable forest and it will even reduce the crop yield. Okay, that is by the tropospheric ozone. Whereas in the stratospheric ozone, it acts as a shield. Shield means like the protective layer around the earth, preventing ultraviolet radiation, that's a harmful rays from reaching the earth's surface. So now let us see the depletion of ozone layer. So it has been observed, okay, that the ozone layer has been depleted, or it's been depleted. So what is the reason? What are the major causes? So first of all, ozone hole. What is it? It's an ozone depleted area, okay. It's an ozone depleted area is known as a ozone hole. And ozone layer is endangered and the thickness of this layer is reduced, okay. So it was first noticed by or detected by NASA, okay, in the USA through satellite imagery, okay. It was first detected by NASA. So now let us see the causes of depletion of ozone layer. So number 1 is the use of CFCs, that's a chlorofluorocarbon. So it's one of the major reason for the ozone hole near Antarctica, okay. So this chlorofluorocarbons, these are used in refrigerators, these are used in air conditioners and the aircraft. So these CFC, okay, they escape into the atmosphere and finally they break in the stratosphere, and then they produce chlorine atom which destroys the ozone layer. So therefore they are one of the important cause, okay, leading to the depletion of the ozone layer. Then number 2 is the volcanoes. It's a natural cause, okay. So during volcanic eruption, large quantities of sulfur dioxide is released into the atmosphere. So this sulfur dioxide will speed the destructive chemical reaction, and thereby the tropospheric ozone, okay, it will increase in the northern hemisphere. Then last one, the third cause is a solar storm. That means like this solar storm, it consists of the mass ejection of the solar flares. Now solar flares means it's a violent explosion in the sun's atmosphere leading to depletion of the ozone layer. Now let's take the topic global warming. So the proportion of the heat, okay, received by the earth and the amount of heat given out by the earth was equal, and this balance of heat was properly maintained by the nature. But however, recently, okay, the scientists, they have found out that the mean temperature of the earth has started increasing, okay, it has started increasing in the last 150 years. And this may continue, okay, if proper measures are not taken to rectify this particular phenomena, okay. So therefore, what is the global warming now? See, the rise in the average temperature of the earth's surface is known as a global warming, okay. Though the global mean temperature, it has gone up only by 0.6 degrees Celsius so far, but it can have a serious effect, okay, on the life on the earth, as well as it can affect the biotic and the abiotic component, okay. Now let us see the causes of global warming. The first one is deforestation. So deforestation means it's a process of cutting down of trees, like especially for the commercial purpose. And as you know that the plants, they prepare the food, okay, by the process of photosynthesis. And in this process, they utilize carbon dioxide, okay, they absorb the atmospheric carbon dioxide. So plants give, they take carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen. So therefore it acts as a observer of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, okay. But by destroying the forest, we are reducing the capacity of the nature to absorb this carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. And at the same time, there is an increased use of fossil fuel, okay. So this results in the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, leading to global warming. Then point number 2, greenhouse gases. Like we have carbon dioxide, methane, ozone, water vapor and all. So they absorb the Earth's radiation, that's outgoing radiation. And these gases, okay, they are responsible for increasing the temperature, especially in the lower layer of the atmosphere. Then point number 3, depletion of ozone. So we have already, I have already discussed with you all, isn't it, the ozone layer, it's been depleted due to the man-made inexpensive gases like CFCs or chlorofluorocarbons, then volcanic eruption, solar storm. So due to the, when the ozone layers are destroyed, okay, when they get depleted, this harmful rays of the sun like ultraviolet and infrared rays, okay, they'll reach the Earth's surface in greater quantity, thereby leading to global warming. Then next one is population increase, or the increase in population is also one of the major cause of global warming. Like every individual, okay, they have their own needs and desire. So in order to fulfill these basic needs, some amount of energy is required or used. So like for traveling, for cooking. So therefore, increase in population will also increase the amount of heat. Okay, therefore they are also, it's also considered as one of the major cause of global warming. And the last one is the development in science and technology. So technological advancement, okay, like scientific invention, they are used to produce the technological advanced equipments. And these advanced equipment, they consume more energy, like especially in the developed countries of the world, the energy consumption is more than the energy consumption in the developing countries, because they are making use of all this advanced technology, because this advanced technology, it has changed the lifestyle of the people. Okay, now let us see the impact of global warming. First one is melting of ice. Okay, so the ice cap near the polar zones or the polar region, including the glaciers near West Antarctica, then Greenland and Arctic Ocean, has started melting as a result of global warming. Then point number 2, rise in sea level. So if the earth temperature continue to rise, okay, the global sea level may rise about 2 centimeter to 10 centimeter every decade, and this will lead to flood, isn't it? Cause flood, and it may submerge the coastal areas or even the islands. Then point number 3, change in precipitation. So the change in warming of the atmosphere will increase the moisture carrying capacity. So the tropospheric layer will warm up, as on the other hand, the stratospheric layer will cool down. Okay, so this will cause a widespread change in the rainfall pattern due to the change in the air mass movement. Like example, it is expected to increase the rainfall in the higher latitude, okay, both in summers and winters. Whereas in the low latitude, it's expected to that the rainfall may decrease. Okay. Then next one is a radiation imbalance. So radiation imbalance means it's a balance between the radiation coming into the atmosphere and the radiation going out. Okay, so any change in this balance, okay, any change in this radiation balance will have a serious impact on the all form of life on the earth. like especially the animals, okay. So they may move, they may shift, they may migrate to the higher latitude, to the mountainous area, or many animals they may die because they cannot adapt to this change in the temperature. Then next one is your agriculture. So change in the climatic condition will affect the production of the food grains. So the tropical zones, as you know, that these regions are dominated by the cereal crop, isn't it? So what will happen if there is a change in the climatic pattern, like temperature, rainfall pattern and all, it will affect the production of the food grains, leading to the shortage of food. Okay. Then the last one is a disease. Like the two important climatic factor, they are temperature and rainfall. Okay, so these are the two important factor of disease. Okay, like malaria, so which may reappear in different form as a result of the change in the climate.